Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. So Solana is still in this local downtrend. My thesis hasn't shifted yet. Or my perspective. So this local downtrend is still unfolding. Not confirming a low in place yet. Absolutely not, because the local downtrend is obviously unfolding, and we currently have reached this support zone again. This upper micro support, this pivot. That's all it is. It's only a pivot, actually with increased downside momentum, as also Bitcoin sees a little bit of downside pressure. And therefore we need to be prepared that maybe, if this upper support breaks, we are likely gonna move down lower into this larger wave 2 support area, which I communicated yesterday, which is based on the measurement of the initial move down in white wave A, measured against the top of the B wave, which gives us an ideal target for the C wave. So 2 wave counts here. The one that is more directly bullish, but it needs to hold the upper support, upper pivot between $150.80 and $161. Well, that's the idea here, that we have a wave 1 and a wave 2. Then this here is an A, B, and we're now in the C wave. But I mentioned before that internal third wave is quite short, and we need to hold the $150.83 level. That's, that is what it is. Okay, there might be a small variation of this where we say, okay, maybe the A wave is here, maybe the B wave is here, but it wouldn't change anything. So the support area would still be relevant. Okay, so I think I would prefer the white count. If we break below $150.83, the focus clearly shifts towards that lower support region. It's a Fibonacci extension area, which is why it's highlighted in blue. It's located between the 100% extension, which is a very common target for an internal C wave, and the 161.8 extension, which is a bit of a stretch, but still possible. It's just important that if this really is a wave 2, it must not break below the August low. Well, if it does, then an alternative perspective comes into play. But these are the 2 pivots that we're watching at the moment. Unless Bitcoin turns around, it's going to be difficult for Solana to hold this upper support, but it's definitely worth watching for it. But you might want to wait for the first micro 1-2 setup or so in this 5th wave to the upside, or actually first A-B setup or something to, so that means the first rally and the higher low to indicate that we've actually bottomed, because this is just like catching the falling knife at the moment, okay? So that means in the very short term, you see here this possible bearish engulfing candle. It's not closed yet, but it might develop to one. That just indicates, downside pressure is still high. What you can do as well is maybe even add a small trend line here if you're looking at this chart on a smaller time frame, and as long as we stay below that trend line. A break above the trend line could be the earliest signal that this wave 4 has bottomed, and the next possibility, I think, for Solana to turn around to the upside, at least start a breakout attempt, is 155.85 and 150.83. So we currently see quite a lot of movement for a Sunday, a little bit earlier than usual. Normally this volatility, which is expected for a Sunday, but normally you would expect it a little later in the day. But we'll see what happens. The levels are very clear. I also can't tell you which of these is going to play out, but I can tell you the levels are clear. We have very clear levels to watch. And the next opportunity is at 155.85 and 150.83 for it to turn around. Okay, a break below 150.83 will clearly shift the focus towards the 134.60 level. They're both bullish scenarios, just short-term bearish. And I hope that Solana next week will make a decisive move due to US election results. It could be a catalyst. Typically we say that, news events don't matter so much. Well, it depends on the size and the scope of that news event, right? It won't impact the bigger picture, but it might, of course, news events can have, due to the volatility, and they lead to short-term volatility there. That's all they do. But they can, of course, have an impact on a smaller time frame. For me, it's always like the Elliott wave patterns, they are social mood patterns. But if the social mood gets impacted that much by some kind of an event, then it can, of course, especially if probabilities are fairly balanced, which they are at the moment on the smaller time frame, they can, of course, shift from one to another. We just need to know what these scenarios are and what the key support levels are and the expected outcome. But you can see that the market is not, hasn't made a commitment yet, and not for months, right? We're still in this sideways range. So that's when we look at this is still a sideways range. We haven't broken out. We haven't seen any impulsive move from the August low. Maybe this one, which is why I'm giving you the wide count, right? But the invalidation point is clear in that case. It's the $111, $110 level, which is the August low. Against that level, the bullish counts have a chance. And I think the market is just waiting for a decision there. Yeah. And hopefully next week we will get a decisive move. If you want to join the conversation about what could happen next week, feel free to join our membership today at 5 p.m. UTC. So in roughly 1.5 hours, we'll run our member live stream. Today's topic, and you voted for that on Discord, is going to be about the US election results and how they could impact the crypto sector or the wider economy. So that's what we're going to discuss today. You can find a link to the membership in the description. Link is already posted in the community section on YouTube and on Discord for Discord members. So I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.